Hey, what's up? It's me, and I'm not that sick. And this mic is fucking something up. What the hell? Okay, I moved my desk fan and it seems to be working now. It's still having a hard time powering down after I talk. That's odd. Hopefully it's not noisy or anything.
No, it's not.
Sounds fine. I always worry because I know my ears are more sensitive than most people's, though. In a sec, I'm going to alter the filters slightly and see if I can improve that a bit. How about that? Maybe this? Alright, now it's closing correctly. Alright, this should do us. This should do us. It's not going to sound that different to y'all, but it makes all the difference to me. Alright. You're making a Minecraft slox. Well, that sounds like fun. How's everyone doing? It's Phoenix Night. Which is actually a really awesome name for a holiday, and I think we should have a Phoenix Night. So, hi, in order of appearance, Bell3, Christy, Bad Road, Xenon, Alma, and Jamie. Alright, I think I got that right. I did it like the credits, in order of appearance. No top billings here. Alright, gonna have to turn down the volume on the TV a bit. Not that it'll matter when the birds start chirping. Jesus Christ. The loudest fucking birds in history. Why are you not working? Oh, it's because there's shit in front of the sensor. Can you push that receipt out of the way, Christy? I'm just blocking this. Much better, thank you. Alright, there we go. Press the A button. Push the red button. I'm gonna do some addition and modification so you'll be explicitly slime. So no multiplication then. There, I pressed the A button. Thank you, Big Bird. No one got that joke just now, but I'm happy with it. Here we go. Let's fight for justice. December 27, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. This is it, y'all. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here anyway? Mr. VonKarma, your opening statement. So how's everyone doing? Very well, no opening statement, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Alright, set that timer. Order, order! Mr. VonKarma, what's the meaning of your statement just now? Bah, must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We must have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness to the stand. Did anyone say anything? No, I was silent the entire time. Don't even worry about it. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. I'm swooning. He's so decisive. Witness, state your profession. I'm the proprietor of the restaurant The Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah! I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. The witness will state his name. I don't understand the snot bubble symbol that's really commonly used in Japanese animation. I think the first time I remember seeing it is Super Mario 64 with the sleepy piranhas. And I've never really understood why it's a thing. He does exactly the same facial expression and finger wiggle as Edgeworth. I don't think Edgeworth O-faces, does he?
Yeah.
Does he really? Huh. Well, he does. Alright, that's 2 confirmations. I'm not really sure, yeah. What do you mean? My memory? Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we, witness? It's been more than 3 minutes. The night of the murder. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yep. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. Then I heard a bang. Yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. And then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict, now. Yes. Mr. Wright? What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. VonKarma is literally the worst prosecutor in history. Both doing his job as described and doing his job correctly. Oh, fuck. Very well, you may begin. Excuse me? Mr. Von... It was so loud that it became silent. Mr. VonKarma? 3 minutes just passed. Now I am turning into a potato. I see. Well, then let's just take our time. Oh, snap. Oh, snap back, Judge. You may cross-examine the witness. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. Just after midnight, you say? Yep, just around then. Are you sure? Pretty sure, yeah. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. I asked him and he remembered. Isn't that right? Stop leading the witness. Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly, I did, yep. You see? Continue! I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. Is there anyone who can verify that? That's the sound that an ellipsis makes. Well, I guess Polly could. That's not good enough for a court of law. Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough? Your Honor, Polly is a parrot. A parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. Keith? The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue. Then I heard a bang, yup. And where did the bang seem to come from? From the lake, I figures. Are you certain? Yep. Good. Continue! When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Oh wait, I should question this. Was there someone in the boat? I was pretty far out there. I couldn't see too clearly. But I figured there was two men out there, yep. But you couldn't see them clearly. Yep, at the time, that is. At the time? Then I heard another bang. So you heard 2 gunshots total? Yup. That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. I know VonKarma, he spent time preparing his witness. I'm gonna find contradictions very easily in this testimony. Oh, it's tough being a lawyer. Better question that last one. Getting back into the groove here. By your window? Yeah, by my window, right outside the window of my little shack. And you could see the man's face. Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to the testimony. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I have a bad feeling about this. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Are you sure? That is not an admission of guilt. That's just knowledge of his death. Uh-oh. Dad? Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead as he was walking by, too. No, that was I can't believe he's dad, because that was Keith. Witness, are you sure that person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that Edgeworth boy. You know, most of them just go into their angry pose, but he just died. He's dead. What a way to go. This sounds like a decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. A witness account is not decisive evidence. I can't believe that mysterious old caretaker's fucking dead. Knowing what happens later, Phoenix claiming that Polly's testimony won't hold up in court is rather humorous, right? VonKarma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I'd better act quick, or this trial's gonna be over! Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. VonKarma. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You're ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true, because I said so. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said I can't believe he's dead, but his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. There's not evidence! Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof! Ugh. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please. Can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. Tisk, tisk, tisk. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This could be a new record. Enough! The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No! Huh. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, guilty. The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Wait! What was that just now? Me? Huh? What? Larry? What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Hey, it's that Harry guy, Harry Butts, the murderer. Remembered what? The gunshot! I heard it too. Order? What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. VonKarma. So you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. The gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. Shouldn't one of the attorneys be calling a witness? You would think. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order, order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court, surprisingly. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over.
Nick, this is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. Oh, you're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there's another witness, it's our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now.
What a waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it's our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty.
Edgeworth's gonna be found super guilty and executed here in the courtroom. Edgeworth is going to become Edgeworth is Guilty Champion Edition Turbo, the Tournament of Champions.
Mr. VonKarma, I order you to call this new witness to testify.
Oh shit, I just realized I forgot to comb my hair. One sec, I'm combing my hair now.
I don't have that much hair, don't worry, this won't take long.
I got more hair than this guy. Well, maybe not if you count his beard. I just realized that the judge is Dr. Wiley, but with a beard. Y'all notice that? That is clearly Dr. Wiley. They just moved his horseshoe hair down to his chin. Yeah, I guess it is Dr. Light's beard, too. That's lovely right there.
Now!
What? Sorry, that's my favorite line read I've ever done right there. I'm very happy with how I said what.
The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned.
I don't think you're supposed to adjourn when it's a recess, are you? Are you supposed to say adjourned? Doesn't matter. December 27, 10:28 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Has the entire Mega Man series just been a domestic dispute? I think so, yes. Could be Dr. Kane, there you go. Whoa, that was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. You get it? You get it?
I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth, you're sweating bullets. Good thing you've got that ridiculous cravat to mop it all up. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there.
Larry was at the lake that night.
Yeah. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake.
Oh, right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night.
Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You say something right? Yeah, a lot of things. Like, multiple, like, just so many things I just said. You seem kinda out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Huh?
Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What's that?
Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon?
Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking, like they do in police dramas. I didn't have a reason, really.
I see. It's actually Xenon, because Edgeworth is on the edge of his seat. The edge. Touch his pistol. Pistol. Right.
Yeah? This might be our chance.
Our chance?
VonKarma has only ever run perfect trials.
Perfect trials?
Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry.
What are you getting at?
It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, Wright.
That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Ugh, everything's on Larry now.
Yeah, the secret to his success is literally cheating.
December 27, 10:35 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Hey, that was a 7-minute recess.
Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything you saw on the night of December 24th.
Right. Leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. VonKarma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break.
Witness testimony.
The night of the murder. So that night I was out on a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard the single gunshot, I went home.
That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court.
In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Remember, the 24th night of December. That's what we're doing. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's gonna say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. The night of the murder. That night, I was out on a boat on the lake.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright?
There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin.
Oh,
Okay. First of all, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11 when I went out in the boat. By the time everyone had gone home for the night, so I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. Why were you out on a boat at such a late hour? I was looking for something and I found it. Looking for something? Yeah.
Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy.
That's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense.
This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with.
So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Around what time was that? Let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12, yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face! I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Wait. This happens in 2015, right? No one used watches in 2015. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang! Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Order! Order! Well, Mr. Butts? Whoa! Everyone just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I am not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay. No problem. That's just the most important part of this case. Humph. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. So you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick? It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should start working on the contradictions. Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. Alright, so this is the one Phoenix latched onto. We've got one at 11:50 that shows an empty lake. Then we've got one at 12:15. And it still comes back around to this fucking gun that's been fired 3 times, which we haven't gotten any information on. I heard 2 sounds like gunshots just after midnight. Interesting, because the first one was before midnight. Let's try this. There it is. Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard 1 bang, you're sure? That's what I said. But Ms. Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. Butts, what? You only heard 1 gunshot, are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Huh? Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I, might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? You have a radio in 2015? Order! Order! And stop that booing! Mr. Butts! You were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? That a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. Yeah, that never stopped being a popular thing that people do. Ever. Not in the past 15 years or so, for sure. What's the big deal?
Mr. VonKarma, your opinion. Like, the only place that has fucking FM radios now is cars, and even those have mostly been superseded by satellite. If it was a distant gunshot, maybe, or a very low caliber. Especially if it was, like, low caliber, subsonic, with a silencer. You could definitely avoid hearing that with headphones on. No, I think that the dates that it gave was closer to 2015. I've forgotten. Anyway, it might be. I could have swore it was closer to 2015, but maybe I'm wrong. We know it's a 22 and there's no silencer in the case. Oh, that's right. Mr. VonKarma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? If VonKarma doesn't like it, then hell yes. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me! I wouldn't if there was any other way out of this, believe me. What Larry heard. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. On the lone Christmas Eve alone. That's why I was lonely listening to an All Requests radio show on the radio, see? I was listening to a real booming loud like. But I'm sure I heard the gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume. Yeah, it was a big problem. Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drumbeat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? I'm sorry, I'm too young for all this AM/FM junk. An announcer? The guy who says the things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. No, it's just that he's a Zoomer. This judge is a Zoomer is all. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. He's a youngin'. He's a youngin' like Xenon. Xenon, are you as young as this judge? I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Cross-examination. What Larry heard. Explaining DJs to this... Maybe. Explaining DJs to this judge is like that time a cop asked me how I got my car to roll downhill when it was out. Oh, God. I know that we don't actually understand everything about gravity, but that's a little extreme. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Lone. So you turned on the radio. Oh, right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? You don't know what it's like out there alone on Christmas Eve alone. Alone. Now he's doing it. I shouldn't have said anything.
That's why I was listening to an all requests show on the radio, see? Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio. That's all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set to that night? I ran out of gas at like 3 a.m. and a cop pulled over to ask me to move it further onto the shoulder, so I put it in neutral and let it roll down a hill. And when I got back out, the cop was like, "You said you were out of gas. How'd you get your car to move?" Good lord. I was listening to it real booming loud like... real booming loud like? Yeah, you know. And you had headphones on? Yeah. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. But I'm sure I heard the gunshot. Can you prove that? No, of course you can't. Nah, I can't prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too. What did she say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. I am angry. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? Well, that would actually allow us to pinpoint the point in the radio broadcast that the gunshot happened and therefore give us an exact timestamp. Indeed, Mr. VonKarma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask, huh? Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot." So that means it was before midnight. Are you sure? Of course I am. She said this real sexy voice. You know, like, "Hey, it's almost Christmas." You know, real sexy like. Huh. Maybe VonKarma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. There's one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. Whoops. Alright, so, well, first let's save. Also, if we knew what he was listening to, couldn't we establish a precise timeline for the events? Exactly. Same thing again. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But that contradicts the two testimonies we've heard so far, Your Honor. Both Ms. Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words,
When they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order! Order! Christmas is celebrated heavily in Japan, but differently than it is here. There's a lot of, like, KFC, from my understanding. That got a laugh from Christy, but that's actually no, true.
I know. There's other stuff also, but you're not wrong.
Order! Order! What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. Lots of Santa basically know Jesus. Yep. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim that he heard the gunshots before midnight? Larry's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me the evidence that there was a gunshot before midnight. Come on, it was fired 3 times. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering... Okay, it just didn't stop the music for once. Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times, as I've been pointing out since basically the start of this chapter. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. Oh, the photo might have worked too. There might be alternate ways through the case. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order! Order! I guess that would make sense out of yesterday's testimonies. Bah! You waste your time again with your empty statements! Yes, the pistol was fired 3 times. But do you have any proof that it was fired before midnight? Do you have proof that... Ah, here we go. Here's the photo. Do you have proof that the witness didn't just think he heard something? Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. You have evidence that proves there was a gunshot before midnight? You have evidence that proves Mr. Butts wasn't just hearing things. Why, yes. Yes, I do. Look at this photo! It just doesn't stop. I got another confession to make. Because every fucking song, every fucking band of that fucking era just wanted to be the Foo Fighters. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Ms. Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24, 11:50 p.m. It was a failure, but one with lots of dialogue saying, yeah, this is a thing. No, because this is a separate choice that actually had a, that actually would have consequences if I didn't get it right. But the previous one, I didn't lose a life on. It was just warning me I could. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24, 11:50 p.m. At least I think so. I can't view my lives, that's fun. Oh yeah? But there's nothing on the lake in the picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing's shown in this photograph. It's why this photograph exists at all.
If I used the photo first, I might have gotten different dialogue. I think you're right.
What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m.
Hey, Andy. I believe it's Bang MILF you're looking for. Naughty girl. Wow, we are getting some... Twitch is just getting so much... Like, they really thought that they could get away with not cracking down on these bots, and they're just getting worse and worse. Just incredible. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, there was a gunshot at the time that Larry claims.
Order? Order? That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, then there were two sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you? Why? Uh-oh. I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Ugh! What's wrong, Nick? I have it! I have it! Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in that case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya, yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm gonna run with it. Right. I mean, is that safe? Safe? We've already got a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Come on, Yassin. Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Wright. The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. I'm about to blow this motherfucker wide open.
What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Tisk, tisk, tisk. So you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. You shouldn't run with a hunch. It's bad for your back. When I see Naughty Girl Next Door, I think of Best of Next Door. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, yeah, but clicking your tongue on the mic is like the worst fucking possible sound. It makes me nauseous, so I'm not gonna do it.
Wrong, VonKarma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence at the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 0:15. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are. I mean, presumably the murder... No, because this is 25 minutes later. So that would be the murderer and Hammond, Edgeworth, and the murderer. I feel like I should have figured this out, but my brain's not wrapping around it. Robert Hammond, let's see. Bob Hammond? Bob's Burgers? This is before Bob's Burgers. Yeah, I can't find the pun in Robert Hammond either. I imagine the murderer was pretending to be Hammond to meet with Edgeworth. That makes sense. So Edgeworth and the murderer. Of course it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes. Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Wright. It's Phoenix Wright. I mean, it has to be I don't know, right? Because it can't be Lotta Hart. He'd have noticed if this person had a giant red poof of hair and was about 2 feet shorter than Robert Hammond. Wait, maybe it was Miles Edgeworth, and he's framing Miles Edgeworth for killing Miles Edgeworth. Oh my god, everyone is Miles Edgeworth. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah! Again, you waste my time. I don't have to prove anything. I don't have to prove someone else is guilty. I just have to prove Edgeworth is innocent. I don't know because he never told us. Oh! The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop. That old man. You would hear Lotta. That's true. You'd hear her from across the lake. This just in. I'm everyone. Oh no, the box got worse. Oh god. Let's do this, streamers. Jesus Christ, how horrifying. Tony Stark is everyone. I thought Beej was everyone. I'm kind of surprised you can't accuse Larry there. Yeah, that would have been great. Or if you could just accuse yourself. Say that the murderer was Phoenix Wright. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? Might I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Where did the murder actually take place? I mean, presumably here, right? At the boat shop? Here, of course, the boat shop, where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing.
Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime?
Recall Larry's testimony.
If you will.
That night, he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was probably very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop! Mr. Wright! What happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Well, when two people love each other very, very much. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. I've never given the birds and the bees talk before. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. Why did the dialogue continue to fit my bullshit? That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. Oh my god, he's the Scream! This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. I don't think that's how clothes work, Phoenix. I don't think that putting on someone's coat just magically makes you them. Thank you, Bad Road. Then he got on the boat with Edgeworth and went out in the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth. On purpose. Thank you again, Bad Road. You need a mask for that. Haven't you played Majora's Mask too many times? It's cosplay and it's an art. Wait a minute. Yeah? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details.
Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose.
Yes, that is how this game works.
Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice.
I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor.
Create a witness?
The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Ms. Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him.
I see.
To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice, to draw the attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Look at this smug motherfucker right here. Look at this smug piece of shit. Phoenix, smug-ass bastard Wright.
Oh yeah, Larry's still on the stand, isn't he?
Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly! Very well. While we're waiting for the caretaker, I'd like to ask the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said. Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? Sorry. I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we're conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet.
You just asked him to... The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either.
What?
What should I do?
Find him, quickly! We can't allow him to get away!
Like, it certainly sounds like a good start to a death-faking plan.
Mr. VonKarma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I'll extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned.
December 27, 1:22 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
Yay, Nick, you did it!
Yeah, well, at least we got out from under the guilty verdict.
And what about Larry? That was something else. Even VonKarma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out.
Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. Just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients.
Hey, Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Did you say something?
Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably gonna get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little, relax.
This is my smile. Sorry. I fear it's not over for me yet.
What do you mean?
Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. And I don't know whether or not to tell you.
Edgeworth?
No. There's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but I am your father. I can't make up my mind.
What is this about, Edgeworth?
It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed.
A crime you committed?
Memory of a murder.
To be continued right after our break. So hit bang donate in the chat if you would. There are organizations listed right under that command. These are organizations which are helping protesters on the ground right now. There is an ongoing civil rights movement. Sometimes it's messy because it has to be messy. And the people involved need your help. Look at those bail fund networks, travel funds, legal defenses. These are all super important things that you can help with by donating your money, time, etc. Please check those out. People are fighting for basic human rights and native lands and all these things that people of color have been denied in this country ever since its inception. And long before, even. Because this shit didn't start with America, but America sure has been comfortable fucking continuing it. Black Lives Matter, Indigenous Lives Matter. Keep on saying it, make it a mantra, make sure everyone hears it. I'll be back in a few minutes, please don't go anywhere. And we're back. Let's get down to justice. December 27th, to 11 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices.
What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about?
A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder.
Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed?
I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Maybe Larry, but not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never!
Nick? Yo, how's everyone doing? I'm here too. It's me. It's Larry. Hey! What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh, yeah, I do remember feeling faint. Right on, tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick?
Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that.
Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy!
You guys should be bowing before me.
Yeah, bow before you, hero.
Larry, you really helped out in the trial today.
You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty, what's the word? Edgy! Edgy! I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm gonna believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick?
Yeah, you, Larry.
Not me. Why you, Larry?
Huh? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick?
Ugh. Enough with the silent treatment.
I left for a snack after we found out Larry Butts was the murderer.
Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? Can someone catch Xenon up? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think?
You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney.
Wait, was that when you two were classmates?
Yeah, in grade school. They saved me.
Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know.
What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Oh, sorry, I kind of forgot. Ugh. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm gonna hear this story today, and that is final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of the 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. A class trial? You remember, Larry? Spring? End of the 3rd grade? A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Ah, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared with $38 still inside. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do kind of remember that, huh? Oh, yeah. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skipped PE. I was the only one not in class. So they thought you did it? Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial, with me as the defendant. It wasn't traumatic at all, don't worry about it. It didn't fuck me up in the slightest. I didn't do it. Guilty! He did it! It was you! Thief! Get the money back! You such a meanie! Just admit you did it! You can't hide the truth! We're gonna complain with you anymore! They shouldn't be allowed in the relay race! Give me back the 50 cents I loaned you! Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anyone else or anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed, amateurs. Miles? With his little bow tie. It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That's why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it, he's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is, everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. The larval form of the cravat. Oh, God. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Jeez. Very well. I'll replace the money myself. This class trial is over. What a shitty trial. They traumatized Phoenix for nothing. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I'm just lucky I took the day off from school.
I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked about that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. Talked after that defense trial. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm gonna become a defense attorney just like my father. A famous defense attorney. Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." He's the dark souls of prosecutors. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why. That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth. If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me. I believe in him. He's in pain. And no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick! So is that why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I do it for free. Nick! Nick, we have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. Very well may be. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. That brief pause was Phoenix, clearing out some of the evidence he no longer needs. Which wasn't much. That's very realistic. School is basically that all the time. Yeah, you are not wrong. Also, Edgeworth is very definitely the kind of person who would wear a three-piece suit to elementary school. Because it's an adventure game, Christy. Gotta clear out stuff that I'm no longer gonna need. December 27, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. You look as grim as always. Huh. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember either. No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it, in the 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, right, yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney.
Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you'd do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple to a fault, even.
Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth.
Perhaps.
Hey, Riz. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. He said he wanted to be a defense attorney, right?
I couldn't let myself deny reality like you.
What do you mean?
My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals. I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person.
One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right?
Yes. The man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter any way you look at it, yet he was found innocent. The defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the three of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I'd lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had been found not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent.
Yeah, I've never heard of an airtight elevator either.
That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. Fuck those guys.
What's your relationship with VonKarma?
He's my teacher, and a man who deserves respect.
Disagree.
I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him.
So he's like my sister was to you, Nick.
He is a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, in online video games. He is obsessed with doing everything perfectly.
Perfectly, huh?
In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent, ever.
But that's suspicious?
I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it's impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All VonKarma does is his job to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. For instance, if you flipped him over to inflict massive damage.
Edgeworth, if what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right. Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit.
No kidding. This guard monitors the visitors' room. He hasn't moved an inch since I came in. A real pro. Let's go see Grossberg. December 27. Grossberg Law Offices. Keep walking, Gaston.
He's out. Again. When does he work, anyway? Now, don't be harsh. Guess we'll have to come back later. Guess Mr. Grossberg isn't getting that painting back. I feel kind of bad for him. That's weird that I can't move to Gourd Lake from the Grossberg law offices. December 27, Gourd Lake Park, entrance. Hey pal, long time no see! This is how I greet you literally every day! Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, huh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. Hey, no prob, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really done it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look. I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come with me! It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal! Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Oh, one other thing! No one can go in the woods today. The woods? Where Lotta was camping? The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while. I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Oh no, the birds are back! Huh? Steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand's closed too. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. Guess Larry has today off. He was pretty happy about saving Mr. Edgeworth. True, we owe him big. I feel like the police investigation is a crime. Investigating a crime have authority over the park ranger. You'd think so. But this is a very angry park ranger. That old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. I'd know that throat-clearing sound anywhere. Hello! What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, Ah, the days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Grossberg, this is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes, but from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. Oh. Man, if you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Because his real name is Keith Grossberg. Doesn't look like anyone's around. Caretaker must have run for the hills, huh? Yeah, looks like it. He didn't seem like a bad person. Caretaker's shack. Nobody's home. Disagree. Hello? Hello?
Hey, it's Polly. Wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello, hello! Rawr. I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. Hello, hello! Rawr. Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick.
You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something.
Okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you.
Great, now the bird's gonna hate me. That fishing pole looks expensive.
Maybe we should bring it to Detective Gumshoe.
Don't you think the caretaker would mind?
Well, we can just leave him the metal detector in exchange.
Maybe we'd better not.
That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Polly, what's the number to the safe?
1228!
Let's open it, Nick. Come on.
I'm sure there isn't any money in there.
Oh, but hey, he keeps it locked, right? So he must be something of value in there.
What, your youth doesn't smell like lemons? What's it smell like then? Apples? Jeez. I'm not so sure.
Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. Just like you said.
I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter.
A letter?
Aw, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth with only 3 easy payments of $33.99. Edgeworth.
Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on there?
Should I know? I'm gonna read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now's the time to get revenge on the 2 men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth? Calling Edgeworth out to the lake? Getting on the boat? Firing twice? This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here in perfect detail.
What do you think it means, Nick?
I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker.
When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions.
But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth?
Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain, this letter is an amazing clue. There's nothing left in the safe.
I wonder why the caretaker didn't take the letter with him.
He left in a hurry, right? I don't think he even came back here after the trial. Gotta get out of here before the birds attack. I can't go to Grossberg from here either. This is so weird. Well, he said to come by later, and I guess it's not later enough.
The caretaker didn't care to take the letter. Ah, not a very good caretaker then. December 27, Police Department, Criminal Affairs. Huh, looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet. Gumshoe, he won't be coming back today!
Oh, really? He said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow.
The boat shop caretaker.
Shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal.
Good luck, Gumshoe.
Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives.
I see. Revenge on me?
Who is that old guy anyway?
I don't know.
Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something?
Nice, Wright. But I don't remember that old man, not at all.
So he was following this letter then?
Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond.
It also says this is your last chance.
Last chance?
Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident.
Wait, that old man.
What is it? Do you know who he is?
Yogi. Could he be Yogi?
Yogi?
The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long it felt like forever. The air thinned, the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet, you're not making this any easier. I want to get out! Help! Get us out! Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent.
Huh. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you?
Right. Yeah. There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. I mean, the nightmare. It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. Crime you committed? A memory of a murder. I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time.
What kind of dream?
It's a dream about my father's killing. Dark. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help! Please get us out! Don't shout. You'll just use up more oxygen. I can't breathe! You're using up my air? What? Stop breathing my air! I'll stop you! What? What are you? Stop breathing my air! No, Father! He's attacking Father! Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! Ah! And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that's rung in my ears for the past 15 years.
But that's just a dream, right?
That thought is the only thing that kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father.
What?
You think about it that way. This letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yagi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me.
Wait, Edgeworth, you mean...
It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. This is bad.
What are we gonna do, Nick? What can we do?
I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. It was me, Mario! If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe.
There is, Nick. There's someone else who knows about DL6. She's dead.
Oh wait, Grossberg.
Edgeworth does need therapy, like a lot of it. Mr. Grossberg!
Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled.
No kidding. I can't believe you're not.
My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened.
It's Mr. Edgeworth. He...
I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father.
It's only a dream. Only a dream.
I wonder.
What?
If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled?
Well...
Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep, he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream, it was real. As you imagined. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired and the deed was done.
No. I don't believe it.
Yagi was suspected of murder and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus he sought revenge against Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close.
Framing Edgeworth for a new murder wouldn't be affected by the statute of limitations. Huh. That's very strange.
What do you know about Edgeworth's father?
He was a defense attorney without peer. That sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey.
My sister?
Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. VonKarma's techniques.
That's no surprise.
VonKarma is an extreme man, forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him.
The statute of limitations is a red herring, very much so.
The result, he has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods.
And?
He lost, and died in despair, as it were.
I see.
When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fay.
I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi.
Yet Yogi was found innocent.
That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud.
That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him.
I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his own testimony? Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son?
It's only a possibility, mind you. But a possibility nonetheless.
Yes, that is correct, Fel 3, which makes a lot of this less important than the story's making it out to be.
Oh ho! So this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter to the letter when he killed Hammond.
But why kill Robert Hammond?
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney. But he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own.
Huh? His own sake?
He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability.
But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined.
Huh?
You'll understand soon enough. Wait.
What is it?
This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. A long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? You have any idea who wrote this?
Huh. Could it be Manfred VonKarma?
VonKarma? Why would he have something to do with this?
Well, I'm not sure.
VonKarma. Wait, you're right, my boy. This is VonKarma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports.
What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was
Correct. Manfred VonKarma himself.
What does this mean then? Why would VonKarma want to frame Edgeworth?
The parrot, obviously. Like, presumably the photograph of the scene of the murder is what we need here.
Gregory Edgeworth. He was a gifted man. His death was truly a loss. I wonder what would have become of VonKarma were he alive.
Oh. Okay, that's not telling me to present more evidence. That's just fine. Sec. Let's see if he... I didn't check if he had more dialogue. Show him the attorney's badge, of course. Oh, there we go.
If it was VonKarma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty.
Oh no! But how could VonKarma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare.
That I do not know. Yet I do know that VonKarma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son.
What do you mean?
It was 15 years ago. VonKarma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and VonKarma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred.
What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and VonKarma?
VonKarma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused VonKarma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusations stood.
Faulty evidence?
It was the only penalty VonKarma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for VonKarma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see.
Yeah, VonKarma's the kind of asshole who loses the point on the first round and immediately throws and blames his team. A vacation?
Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
He also spams need healing over and over again. Usually after he's dead. Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. Most of us just, sit on a chair in our backyard and sunbathe.
In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work.
Oh no, Andy, you didn't.
I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot.
Odd. He wanted to keep a perfect record so badly. Why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? VonKarma's gonna bring up DL6, you can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him.
Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know.
No, it's not! No, that's called manslaughter. It's a completely different category of crime. Not to mention, it doesn't even have to be a crime. Grossberg, you're a failure as a lawyer. I know that. Phoenix, you're a failure as a lawyer. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty.
Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest.
Mr. Grossberg, thank you.
I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are quite slim.
I understand. Police materials, December 27, Police Department, Criminal Affairs. There's hardly anyone here. Just those two guys who are always here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi.
Ah, it's you! I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone.
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check the records room again. I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. VonKarma's in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there. VonKarma? Yeah, he just arrived actually. VonKarma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry. You got your holy water? December 27th. Police Department. Records room. Dusty as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here.
VonKarma. It looks like there's files inside the glass case. The case is so dusty I can't see what's inside though. Nick, it's locked. They must keep important case files in there. Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says unsolved cases evidence. Ah, unsolved cases. Nick, the file for DL6, it's completely empty.
What? What are you doing in here?
Oh god, he's so much scarier from the front.
VonKarma!
You! How do you know my name?
Huh?
Have we met?
What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team?
Defense team? I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They're like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed.
I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. Yeah, his smile is terrifying. Front view VonKarma isn't real, he can't hurt you.
Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right?
A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always second rate.
Mr. VonKarma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you?
Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why?
Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record.
Huh.
So you did. But what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival.
That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of the trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit defeat, will admit his own guilt.
His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean?
You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand.
See, now the statute of limitations thing makes sense. That's clever writing there. That was well done.
You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow.
You were right. So VonKarma is gonna bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. Mr. VonKarma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yagi to commit murder. You know, he kind of looks like the first Doctor. He's got a bit of William Hartnell about him.
Yanni Yagi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name?
He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it.
So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter?
Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You've saved me from a lot of needless hassle.
What? Nick, what is that thing?
A stun gun for self-defense, usually. That's a face.
Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence.
600?
Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it, usually. Now give me the letter.
No! No! Whoa, what are you?
Nick, run!
Maya!
Out of the way! Ah!
She just fucking tackled him. What is that you're holding? A gun! No!
Oh, he got us. Bury me with my money. The letter's gone, of course. And he took the DL6 evidence, all of it. Back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay?
It's okay. Stun guns are part of medium training.
Maya! Maya, open your eyes. Maya!
The letter. You take it?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Are you okay?
I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all.
Maya. There has to be some way I can help her. I'd better do something about her self-confidence first.
Maya. She's holding something. What is that? A bullet?
You could say that she took a bullet. Am I right, gamers? DL6 incident. Evidence number 7. Taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. VonKarma was holding this when Maya jumped him. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You are most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. To be continued next week. Thanks everyone for joining. Hit bang donate real quick to check out those organizations helping the protests on the ground right now. Once again, these are organizations that need your help, your money, whatever you are able to give. Black Lives Matter and Indigenous Lives Matter. And that's this civil rights movement is going on. There are protests happening as we speak, and there is pushback by the government against these protests, harming people illegally, and we need to put our goddamn foots down. Foots. We need to put our foot down. Collective foot. There we go. Schedule for our channel for the next week. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so that's Sue with Horizon Zero Dawn. Thursday is Alice with more Final Fantasy VIII.
Friday will be Katie with whatever Katie is playing. We don't know yet. Sunday is Community Day, and Monday is Christy and Alice with more Doom 2016. And Tuesday is going to be more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Oh, wait, I guess this Friday... No, this is the first Friday of the month. Okay. So, yeah, we don't know what Katie's playing. Alright. Alright. It's also the day that, like, the new Humble Choice comes out, so maybe there will be something in there that she likes. We have a stream team listed below here on the page at truck.community. They're all great streamers, and if you like what we do here, you should give them a follow. Tell your friends about us. Definitely tell your friends about us. Oh, right. It's a new month, so we've put up a new bit goal. It's 900 bits this month, and it's gonna be a good time all month with streams and shit. We've got a schedule and a YouTube, both of which will be linked in chat in just a moment. Check those out. And yeah, that's us. We'll see you later.